Well, we're going to pick up the Chrysler. See what the day brings us. Hopefully it's not too expensive or detrimental. Cue the intro. We made it to where the Chrysler was at. Best Finish Auto. So we'll see what the damage is. Right now, I guess they're chasing wires because they're not getting power to the fuel pump. So we'll see what goes on here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Chrysler back. She's running and she's healthy. So I'll go into detail once we get home on what's wrong and maybe how we could prevent it. Back on the road. Let's see if she makes it home. But if not, this is gonna be a really, really crappy day. But we're running good right now, so I will update you guys here in a bit. I might be jinxing myself a little bit here, but we're gonna do a pull past where I was sitting. 3, 2, 1. There we go. She's officially made it past where she was. So, at least we're further than last time, right? So I will explain here in a few minutes and go into detail what happened to the Chrysler. But first, we got one more task from the ice cream cruise that we need to fulfill. My buddy's been a fan of Cletus McFarland for a very long time, and he's been a good friend for a couple of years now. And I really want to surprise him with something, so we got him a $1 bill signed by Cletus McFarland. And we're going to give it to him, and he's probably going to shit a brick. So, let's go surprise him. What did I do?
Didn't do anything wrong.
Oh shit, door's locked. Oh, cool. Okay.
Got a Hellcat bypass.
Hellcat bypass. Okay, so I gotta admit, I got something for you.
What'd you buy?
So, remember how I said I met Cletus McFarland?
Yeah. Oh, you did not. Did you actually?
That's Cletus McFarland's signature. You ever spend that $1, I'm gonna kill your ass. There you go, buddy.
Oh, shit.
No shit.
That's crazy.
You ever spend that $1, I'm gonna freaking kill you, dude.
Well, there's two things. First, no. And second, I don't think I could ever break it out of there.
Well, these are just magnets that hold it on.
Actually?
So don't actually take it out.
I don't think I ever would. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's the real deal, dude.
Wow. That is a $1,000 $1 bill. Shit.
Well, there you go, buddy. I figured I'd give you a little surprise after pulling that prank on you.
Well, you did kind of owe me a birthday present, so that works too. Oh, shit. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'd say you got pretty surprised. So, anyways, now I'll go to explaining what happened to the Chrysler. Okay. So, if you want the full explanation of this, this is the part where I'm going to explain what happened to the Chrysler, how it all went down. It's kind of blurry, so forgive me if I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm not very good at talking on camera yet, so bear with me here. Here's the full explanation. A little recap. We went to the ice cream cruise. Sunday. Chrysler's running great. We're having a fun time. We get to the end of the day. We're watching the burnouts, which was awesome. People from literally all over the world came to watch, not watch it, but participate in it. There was, I think, a couple of people from Australia. I don't know if there was anywhere else around the world, besides obviously the U.S., but okay, so we get out into the parking lot. I'm revving it, and we're exiting the parking lot. I'm whipping it, and, revving it and pulling, doing some pulls. And so we get to the end there, and there's a Love's by the I-29 dragway or raceway, whatever, speedway, whatever it is. Also, I'm supposed to be selling a car here, so if I have to pause this video, I'm not remaking this part. So sorry if there's a cut, because I'm supposed to be selling this car like 2 hours ago. It's currently like 8 o'clock. But anyways, so we pull up to the Lowe's, we grab some gas because we're low and we want to get home. It's been a fun weekend, but, with every fun weekend, there's the time where you're like, okay, I've had enough, let's go home. We record the 1,000 horsepower Corvette. Didn't actually get to see it pull or anything, but, because it was loaded up on a trailer, and we're off. I let my fiance drive because I'm tired as fuck, recording and being out in that hot ass sun all day. It got hot Sunday, especially on those metal bleachers. So we get to the interstate, and sorry if I'm yawning so much. I'm really tired after all this. So we get to the interstate, and me and my fiance are like, okay, finally we're going home. Literally talking about how we're going home. And the car just starts to bog, like die. And she's like, oh, the cruise control turned off. It's like, oh, that's weird. No, it didn't. The Chrysler just died. So I was like, what the fuck? We pull over. It's done this thing every once in a while where when you're giving it a cold start, well, there's a 300. Anyways, when you're giving it a cold start, sometimes she won't start. And she'll bog and she won't let you rev it, whatever. And kind of sounds like it's camped. So I thought, oh, must be part of that issue. We'll leave it sit, because that's what I do when it normally happens, is I just let it sit, and it goes just fine afterwards. So we let it sit for about an hour, sitting in the car. Trucks are flying past us. A state trooper comes and asks if we're okay. We say, the car broke down. They're like, oh, you have 48 hours to get it out. Whatever. So we let it sit for about an hour, tried to start it. Rum, bum, 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 bum. And it, the RPM goes up. And then it dies right away. I was like, well, that's weird. So I tried again. Rum, bum, 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 bum. And dies again. So this time when I hit the throttle, when I hit the key, sorry. Obviously it revved up a little bit. I hit the pedal and nothing happened. So I was like, oh, what the hell? So I try hitting the pedal, which obviously doesn't work with EFI. It's not a carbureted car. But I try hitting the pedal and turning the key at the same time. Doesn't start at all, which is pretty obvious because, cars that are EFI don't do that. Damn, that bike is loud. Anyways, so I'm like, fuck it, it's like 2 o'clock at night at this point. I'm tired. Oh, 2 o'clock in the morning. Sorry. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired. Let's just get a ride. So we try to call an Uber. And it's trying to take him to this off, like, place on a gravel road right beside the interstate. And we're like, no, that's not it. So we call the Uber driver, and they're like, oh, you're going to have to re-switch and get your exact location. Well, we don't have an exact location. We're on the interstate. So I was like, what the fuck ever. We'll just try to call the non-emergency number and try to get a courtesy ride. So thankfully, a sheriff pulled up about an hour later. We got a courtesy ride, and we went back to the hotel. They gave us a discount for all the trouble we've been having. And that was awesome. Big shout out to that hotel. I think it's Sunbridge Hotel or something. Anyways, really pretty nice hotel. The employees are even nicer. 10 out of 10. I would recommend going there if you're going to go to the ice cream cruise, or just be near that area for whatever your reason may be. So we get down back to the Chrysler after one of the hotel people was like, you know what, I'm going to give you a ride to the parts store. So we got a ride to the parts store from one of the hotel people, which was awesome. She helped us out a lot, actually. She came later. She came back and helped us and tried to jump the car and all that. She was really sweet. She's really awesome. So she took us to the parts store. Sorry. We got a cam sensor, and we tried putting that in. That didn't work. So we called a mobile mechanic, and we tried to get a fuel pump, And as I'm trying to get there's a little ring that holds the fuel pump on to the actual tank. As I'm trying to push this ring off with a hammer and a screwdriver, I poke a hole in my tank. Stupidly not watching what I'm doing and trying to watch where the hammer's hitting and not watching where, the actual screwdriver is pointed. So stupid on me, I poked a hole in the tank of the Chrysler. I don't know if I'm just going to try to fix it and just make it hold for now and replace the tank later, or replace the tank now. I don't know. But we finally get the ring off with a little bit of WD-40 and whatever. And the mechanics are like, okay, we got paid. We're going to leave. Before I even try to start the car, they leave. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we get to the point where I put the fuel pump back in, and I'm upset, obviously, because I had poked a hole in my tank, but I'm like, okay, finally we're gonna be able to get home. I was wrong. And I also didn't replace the connector that comes with the fuel pump, which might have been the problem after all. I don't know. So Chrissy does the same thing. She tries to start and she won't start. Tries to start, won't start. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm checking all the fuses, checking the relays and all that. And it gets to be about 6, 7 o'clock. Not meaning any jokes by that. It gets to be about 6, 7 o'clock. And I finally give up and I call a tow truck. And they're like, okay, well, we can pick it up in the morning for cheaper. Obviously, we're after hours right now. And so are mechanics. And so we're like, okay, yeah, you're right. So my grandma drives down to come pick us up. 3 hours away. She doesn't get there because obviously she had to stop and stuff. She doesn't get there till about 11 o'clock. Almost midnight. So I try to start the car one more time with some starting fluid that I got from my grandma. It started with starting fluid, but wouldn't stay running. So I had to leave the Chrysler behind. And we went and dropped the keys off to the tow truck guy. That honestly had to be one of the saddest moments I've had with one of my cars, or in general. I love my cars. I love all my cars. I even love this shitty truck. It's not really that shitty, but in most people's eyes, it'd be a shitty truck. So, we get home, and we get home around 5 o'clock. So, obviously, I'm like, okay, whatever, I can't do anything about it. I wake up in the morning about 8 o'clock, try to call the tow truck guy, call him. He's picked it up, and he brought it to the mechanic shop. I brought it to the mechanic shop, told him what I did, and they're like, okay, we'll look at it. So Wednesday rolls around, and we're going to go a shot in the dark and go try to pick this car up. Because, for one, I really would like to have it back and not have it 3 hours away. And for two, you know, I worked the rest of this week, and I just, you know, I didn't want to go pick it up this weekend because I had plans this weekend. So we go all the way to Council Bluffs, just a shot in the dark, and they tell us, you know, it's not ready yet, and they're still tracing wires. Like, okay, so we sit in the car for about an hour. I'm saying, okay, hey, what did we find? They said, well, he's done a couple of other things, we still can't find it. I go, hey, I didn't replace the plug. The plug that comes with the fuel pump. It's like, the old plug will plug into it, but it's got different deals on it. Like, the power and the negative are in a different spot. They're like, okay, we'll replace that. 20 minutes later, I'd say actually probably about 15 minutes later, he comes back out. And I said, well, was it the plug? He says, no, it was a wire that got cut off somewhere behind the quarter panel. It's like, okay, though, that's kind of weird. So I've had my suspicion of, you know, was he lying? Did he just not want me to be right? You know, some random dude be right about something he's been looking at this whole time? Or was he, you know, being genuine and everything? So we get the car paid for, and we make it home. Obviously, you saw the part where we made it home, and I think I've already explained this. I don't know. It's been a day since we've went and picked it up. Then came home, surprised Braden, and she's been running good ever since. So Chrissy will be in future videos. I got some things planned for her, and she is not fucked. So, anyways, guys, that was the full explanation of what happened. If you're still here, I thank you a whole lot. I know it's been a long time talking, but obviously I hope it was kind of worth it. Also, I hope you liked Braden's reaction and us going picking up the Chrysler. It's been kind of a boring video, but we're going to make some better content here in the future. This was just something that, you know, it happened, and, you know, maybe it was a freak accident, maybe it wasn't, maybe the fuel pump went out, still kind of not really a freak accident, or maybe a mouse came in and chewed my wires. Who knows? But Chrissy's running good. She still has a hole in her fuel tank, which I will be fixing here in probably a later video. We'll go through on how to kind of redneck fix a fuel tank. And we'll get some burnouts in. We'll get some poles in. I got a lot of stuff planned for this car. I got a lot of stuff planned for the Firebird. So stay tuned, and remember, I'm not making these videos for a profit right now. I'd like to one day, but I'm not making these videos for a profit right now. So all this money that I'm putting into the channel is out of my pocket. So if you could like and hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. But anyways, guys, this is all from me from now, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe.